Forever could never be long enough for me to feel like I've had long enough with you. Forget the world now, we won't let them see. But there's one thing left to do. Now that the weight has lifted, love has surely shifted my way. Marry me today and every day. Marry me. If I ever get the nerve to say hello in this cafe, say you will. Say you will. Together could never be close enough for me to feel like I am close enough to you. You wear white and I wear out the words I love you, and you're beautiful. Now that the wait is over, and love has finally showed her my way. Marry me today and every day. Marry me. If I ever get the nerve to say hello in this cafe, say you will. Say you will. Promise me you'll always be happy by my side. I promise to sing to you when all the music dies. And marry me today and every day. Marry me. If I ever get the nerve to say hello in this cafe, say you will. Say you will. Marry me.
We have gathered here to share with Jenny and Zachary a profound moment in their lives. In the years they have been together, their love and understanding of each other has grown, matured, and now they have chosen to live their lives together as husband. Zachary, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to love and cherish her, to honor and respect her, in sickness and in health, in adversity and in prosperity, and be true to her so long as you both shall live? Jenny, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to love and cherish him, to honor and respect him, in sickness and in health, in adversity and prosperity, and to be true to him as long as you both shall live?
Marry me.
You're supposed to start off with like program speech or whatever, but I'm not gonna do that. Like, I love you since the 8th grade. You taught me, you were the first to show me everything when I got to California. Like, the first to do volleyball, the first to you always wrote poems. Like, that was like your thing to do. And I thought you were so bougie for doing that, but that was your thing. You were just so in love from childhood. That was just her thing. She was just so in love. I thought it was so whack. I was like, bitch, we young. She would like really like write. I have love poems from day one. So I just want to say to you, like, I love you. And like, you were the first to ever show me to like, it's okay to love somebody. It's okay to like be outside the box. It's okay to like do anything. It's okay to have a child at a young age. But I was like, okay, no. I'm not gonna do that. But you still did it, and you still prevailed out of everything. It don't matter. Like at that age, you still did it, even though you told me to tell your mama. I told her. You feel me? Like, you set the bar so high, Jenny, every time. Even though, like, I live so far from you, and you were the one to, like, show me how to, like, do things. It doesn't matter. So I just want to say, like, I love you. Congrats to everything, and celebrate. I love you.
Hey, let's hear it for Cynthia. The last time I had a mic in my hand, I actually was in the Z90 freestyle battle. So, break it down. DJ hit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Bars. Okay. Just want to say thanks to Bob for ruining my speech right now because he stole all my jokes. So anything I say, just laugh. Anyways. So I'm Brendan. I grew up with Zach. We went to school together, Stanley Middle School, and then went to UC High. So I moved to California and kind of didn't know anybody. Started at Stanley and trying to make some friends. I'm kind of cruising around and I'm like, man, I don't know about these people. And I'm like, I'm gonna go down to the basketball court because I like to ball and I'm trying to look for some other ballers. So I go down there and, you're like 13, right? Not many people have much coordination or anything, so not really too many ballers at 13, right? But I see this guy from across the court, and I'm looking over there, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I start cruising over there, and it's Zach. This dude is making the funniest faces I've ever seen, like crazy facial expressions, and he's doing like and one moves before anyone even knew what and one was, right? Crossing people up, throwing no-look passes, hitting kids in the face, they like weren't ready for it. I'm like, dude, I like this guy. And then I was like, dude, how does he have a mustache that thick at 13? I'm like, I need to know these guys' ways. What is he eating? What is his diet? I had no facial hair at that time. I think not till 18, so anyways, and that was pre-lineup Zach, by the way. Everyone knows Zach with a lineup, braids before that. But actually before that, Zach kind of had a bowl cut going on a little bit. This is true. Still had probably like a Mecca or Pure Players t-shirt on, but he did have the bowl cut. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah, we grew up and, time went on and we got closer and closer and realized we liked a lot of the same things. Music, clothes, sports. And, I started to notice, a lot of qualities, about Zach that I liked, that I think are applicable towards marriage now. And, one of them, and I guess I got a couple stories that can make my case. So I would say probably the first one is a content heart, right? So I think, we all get married and we think about, okay, it's good to not keep up with the Joneses, to be happy with, what we've been blessed with. And when we were younger, Zach's parents would go on trips, okay? They would leave Zach. Zach's an only child, right? And they would leave him at home. And, I'd come over and I'd say, and they'd be like, all right, Zachy, we're leaving. What do you need to hold you over for the week? Zach's like, not much, He's like, case of Coke, box of Cheez-Its, and a box of maybe chicken bakes. So if you don't know what a chicken bake is, then you don't know what Costco is, which makes me believe you probably shouldn't be at this wedding. So it's actually a true story. I think, I've known Zach for about 20 years now, and he's actually only been mad at me one time. He found out that my Costco membership was expired. So it was a hard day. I had to rush down there. He didn't text me back until I had it done, so. But, yeah. So anyways, simple guy, right? Chicken bakes, Cheez-Its, he would survive and he'd be good to go. I'd say probably the next quality was is sacrifice, right? I think that, when we get married, we gotta learn how to sacrifice for the other person, right? So Zach and I were seniors in high school, and we decided that we were gonna go on the senior trip together, okay? We hadn't been on really a trip like that together at all, and everyone's like, dude, we're going to Mexico, let's go. And it was like, not really anyone that we knew, and everyone would bunk up, right? 2 beds, 4 people. Well, Zach and I were like, dude, we don't really know anyone, like, can we pay extra so it's just us 2? Bob. So, anyways, we paid the extra, right? We get down there, and we're going down there, and we're like, oh man, we're excited. And we get to the room, and we like swing the door open. We're like, yes, man, there's gonna be like 2 king beds in here. I'm gonna jump on them. There was 1 king bed. So what's funny is, that doesn't really make sense about the story, is there was plenty of times we did share a bed at your house, hanging out for the sleepovers. But for some odd reason, right, we're in Mexico, we're like, we're gonna do it big. We didn't want to share the bed, right? I mean, at least we just didn't, I don't know, we didn't think about it. So anyways, next to the bed, there was a rollaway cot. No, I'm not even kidding you. Right when we open the door, rollaway cot. Zach just looks at me. I'm like, oh, man. Zach's like, dude, I'll take the cot, man. I'm like, are you serious? No, we can like switch off. He's like, no, dude, you're too tall. I got the cot. And actually, when I was thinking about telling this story, I was realizing actually how terrible of a friend I am, because I didn't even argue with him. He slept on the cot the whole week. I was like, oh, man, okay. But on that same trip, I was like, dude, okay, cool. We were going places and doing things, and Zach's like, towards the end of the trip, we had a couple days left, right? And Zach's like, dude, I gotta go to the store. I'm like, why do you need to go to the store? He's like, I gotta get a 2-liter of Coke, and I gotta get a bag of chips. I'm like, why, man? He's like, dude, I only got a little bit of money left, and I still need to pay my pager bill when I get back. So I need $20 for that, so this is gonna have to make it last. Dude, Zach literally made the chips and the 2-liter of Coke last for like 2 or 3 days until he made it back and paid his pager bill. So that's sacrifice. Trying to think. So one of the other ones I was gonna say was, so protection. I think as husbands, we always think, like we're gonna be the anchor of the marriage. We're gonna protect our family, take a bullet for them. So again, when I was younger, I would spend the night at Zach's house all the time, right? And we would share a bed, head to toe though, head to toe. Let's get the facts straight, Bob Montgomery, okay? So yeah, but I would come out of the room in the morning, okay, and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And actually, Bob had already been up, okay? So he's got donuts out for us and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you already went and got donuts? He's like, dude, I already rode my bike 25 miles, and I was at work answering emails. Been up since 2 a.m. I'm like, oh, man. And he looks at me and he says, so you didn't finish your story earlier, Bob. I'm going to have to tell him the famous coined phrase. He looks at me and he says, you done playing grab ass in there? Nothing went on in the room. But Grab Ass became famous after that. So, anyways, so this is the first time I was spending the night, right? And we go into the back room, we're watching TV, and all of a sudden, I hear Dolly in the background, and she says, "Smoothies, guys, smoothies." And I'm like, wait, dude, what? So I look at Zach, I'm like, dude, what do you mean smoothies, man? And I'm like, you have to understand that, like, this is 1998, 99, like, eating healthy was not cool at that time, okay? Like Hot Pockets were cool, Bagel Bites, like terrible stuff. A smoothie, that was like terrible when you're 14. I'm like, what? It's like, I don't want a smoothie, man. Yeah, and you know how it is. You're not gonna like tell your friend's parents that you don't want a smoothie, right? Where is Dolly, by the way? Dolly, I would love a smoothie now, love. Chia seeds, pumpkin seed, everything, put it all in there. I'm good with it. Fiber, all of it. But back then, I didn't want the smoothie. So every time I would spend the night, Zach would just be like, he'd look at me and be like, dude, don't worry, man. I'll drink the smoothie for you. Like, dude, I love you, man. Thank you so much, man. I'd be like sweating bullets, you know? So, literally would drink the smoothie for me. So, I mean, if he would drink the smoothie for me, just imagine what he's gonna be able to do for you, Jen. I'm just saying. Just saying, right? So the last thing I was thinking about is companionship. I think that, being married, I mean, that's why we're all here, right? You know, you want to get married because you want to spend the rest of your life with your companion. So, I started thinking back and I'm like, man, how lucky am I that, I got to grow up with Zach. Not too many people, I mean, you got friends, right? But like I said, 20 years later, which is actually kind of disturbing considering we're only like 33, but that's a long time. But yeah, 20 years later, I look back at all the things, it's like when you're growing up, you kind of are just, learning who you are, right? And through marriage, you're kind of going to do the same thing. You're going to have growth and all this stuff. And what better to do it with a person that's going to be accepting through all your stages of growth? Whether you're wearing an airbrush tee that's happened to be XXL, or Air Force Ones that are matching, or, all these different things. And like having someone that's going to, stand by you to take you to do all these things. So, get our ears pierced together. Same pager. Like I said, the airbrush tees took me for my first edge up. Got my first do-rag with Zach. You're lucky, because I actually was going to bring the do-rag tonight and do the speech in it. So, it didn't happen. Failed on that. But, yeah, it would only be right. It would only be right. But anyways, yeah, and I just think that, like, the one thing I could say, about Zach is that he's the most consistent person that I know. Literally. I mean, not judgmental at all, not argumentative. You get with your friends, you know how it is sometimes, and he's never like that. He's always accepting, always there to support you, even if it's something that, he might not be into, right? And I was just super grateful for that not too many people can say that they have a friend like that. And every morning I wake up, and Zach has already texted me at 5 o'clock in the morning, I ride the early train to work, and he's already texted me, hi. I'm like, what's up, man? So what I'm saying is that he's never going to give up on you. He's always going to be there, and he's going to do what it takes, to put the effort in to keep you in his life. So I knew that when he told me that he had met Jenny, I was like, he didn't even have to tell me anything else. Because I'm like, dude, someone like Zach can only be with someone that's just like him. And sure enough, after I met Jen, I knew that, and I'm like, dude, they're just real, pure-hearted people. And like I said, I think that in the world today, that's a rarity. And I'm just super grateful that I know both of you guys and that you're here today. So I just want to say I love you guys. Anything you guys need, I'm always here. And I hope God blesses your marriage moving forward. So, cheers.
Hey, let's hear it for Brandon. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Felicia, and I have had the privilege of knowing Jenny since middle school. So, in thinking of writing the speech, I really thought about what would be the best way to sum up our 20 years of friendship. What would best describe who Jenny is as a person. And I decided that these were kind of the best things to share with you guys. So first, I'd like to say that although I'm standing here, her real best friend, Mariah Carey, couldn't be here. So I'm just filling in. You'll hear her songs play, and Jenny will be on the dance floor, I assure you. Second, if I had to describe her in 3 words, I would choose resilient, altruistic, and sassy. And if I had to rank them, sassy would definitely be number 1, and I think that's why we're best friends. Jenny has taught me so much about life, and she doesn't know this, but she's also been one of my biggest role models. I'm not gonna cry. She's taught me how to forgive without an apology, how to be a great mother, a great daughter, a great friend, She's one of the most giving people you will ever meet, and it's almost impossible for her to tell you no. And being her friend has been truly a privilege and an honor. She loves with a pure and open heart. And she's one of those people that could be going through a million things and you would never know it by the look of her face or the step in her walk. She's truly a strong woman. So those of you may not know that at one point me, Zach, and Jenny were all roommates. And so I would say that, Zach, in meeting you, I've seen that, one, you're a great father. You're a great partner to Jenny, a great stepfather. And I truly knew that you and Jenny were meant to be because with you, she's exactly who she's always been the past 20 years. And maybe a little bit better, maybe. I just want to end this by saying, I'm really, truly honored to be here to celebrate your love and your marriage. And I want to wish you an infinite number of years of love, laughter, and happiness. Thank you.
Hey, let's hear it for Felicia.
Thank you. All I have to say is, y'all are in for a treat. I mean, hopefully my speech isn't as long as Brennan's. Hopefully it's as good as Uncle Bob's. But I wasn't really nervous for this speech until a couple minutes ago. My mom pulled me aside and she said, I'm not Filipino, but the only accent I know is Tagalog and Filipino, right? So I want to do that accent. So she said, Dennis, if you effing embarrass me, I'm gonna yank your ear and no buffet tomorrow. I was like, whoa, Mom. I was like, regardless of what I say, you're not gonna understand it. So I said, when people laugh, just laugh with them. And then tell Uncle Jeff that too. Right? So, my name is Dennis, and I am Zach's cousin. Growing up, I love introducing Zach because he doesn't look Asian. So I'd always introduce him as the Puerto Rican Asian. Right? So I always felt honored, like, yeah, I mean, I got Zach. And then, let me see, my mom's texting me, she's like, don't embarrass me. Well, I'm trying to keep this short, under, how long do we have this venue for? 10:30? So I'll keep it till 10 o'clock. So we have time to dance, right? And maybe a cha-cha. So, growing up with Zach, he influenced me a lot, for the good, and then more for the bad. So, growing up, the reason why I have earrings now is because of Zach. And this is actually the first time I've worn earrings in years, since my FUBU days, right? So, he got me into the earrings, FUBU, the do-rag, like Brendan said. But not only the do-rag, like the two-tone do-rag. Like it'd be the red and black. And then he also taught me that it's gotta be inside out. Because at the time I had braids. Believe it or not, I had braids. So you gotta keep that outside, right? So I was gonna wear, I wore it for Brennan's. It was the red one, so woo! Yeah. I mean, he got me into hip hop. I mean, not only that, he got me into black girls. Literally. Mom, just kidding. Not kidding, though, really. Right? So, yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you a story about Zach as a kid. Like, we used to baths together. I mean, everyone's been talking about sleeping in the same bed. Yeah, we've slept in the same bed. From kids, even till now. Right? So it's nothing unusual. Like, we just grew up that way. And there's this one time where we were taking a bath together, right? I mean, we were like face to face. I mean, we were probably like 8 or 9, and one time it was like 17, but I mean, he doesn't like that, right? So there's one time we were just face to face, we were just looking at each other, and then all of a sudden I look down, and I see something floating. And I was like, what the hell? And it was a turd. I mean, fast forward till today, nothing has changed except that he's crapping in toilets now. And we're still in the bathroom, in the tub, just, yeah, and it's just easier to sword fight now. We grew a little bit, just a little bit, but that's a bit. But, you know, I'm gonna end this soon, and then, Jen, I hope you know what you signed up for. Because if Zach is anything like me, which I know he is, we don't know how to do laundry. We don't know how to fold. We don't know how to make doctor appointments. We got to get reminded to floss and brush our teeth and change our underwear. So, I mean, we're to this point, and I know that you love him and you're there for him. And Zach has been my biggest supporter, one of my best friends. He's always been there. He's smart. He knows a lot about sports. He likes to rub ears. So make sure at night you rub the ears. You gotta, yeah, so do I. But I like to rub my own. I like to rub my own and suck my finger, but that's long to go. So I'm gonna end this now. And Jen, I love you. I'm happy for you. And I hope you can put up with Zach for the remainder of your life. Thanks for having me. I feel honored to be here, and I love you both. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Give it up for Dennis out here explaining the pink.
Hello. I was not in the shower with Jenny ever. I was not. My name is Dominique. I've known Jenny for almost 15 years now, since our senior year of high school. K-Hop, what's that? K-Hop! K-Hop, whoop! And Jenny is the most remarkable friend I've ever had. She is beautiful, she is honest, she is very loving, and she is very faithful. I have a story to tell. I don't know if you remember this, Jenny. This is pre-Zach. It was me and you riding around downtown. We used to party a lot. You're all dressed up, ready to go. I don't know where the rest of our friends were at. For some reason, it was just me and you that night, you know, cruising around in the Beamer. Okay, music up. Jay Valentine, what's up? Windows down. Okay. And we felt too cute to go to the club. Well, we're not going in the club tonight. So we ended up just driving around downtown and just talking like we always do. Gossiping, of course. But one of the things that stood out to me was that you wanted to be with someone. You were ready to be with someone. You're ready to be loved. And I said, okay, you know, that's coming, but it's not gonna happen in the club. You know, this isn't gonna happen. Whatever, we drove around that night, ended up going home, it was fine. Fast forward, we meet Zach. Where? At the club. And she's like, oh my gosh, he's here, Zach is here, that's okay, is he okay? I'm like, girl, you're fine, why are you tripping so hard? Like, geez, I've never seen her trip so hard over a guy before. And she was so nervous, and it was very weird to me, and they've been together ever since that night. Literally, you have been inseparable since the night that you guys have met. And that is so beautiful to me. So Jenny, I love you. But Zach, thank you so much for filling Jenny's heart up with so much joy, happiness, and love. I've never seen her so happy before, ever. And I thank you for that. You have a very loyal, honest woman next to you. I know that you know that.
You have a very humorous woman next to you, a good woman that you will never find in your life in a million years. And I know you know that. So cheers to you both. I wish you endless love and happiness for years and years to come. Thank you. Cheers.
Hey, give it up for Dominique.
Oh, Zach. Anybody that knows Zach knows he likes to say "aw" with everything. Everything's "oh, Cheez-Its, oh, basketball." But this guy's my little brother. I don't even consider him a friend. Bryn, when he met Bryn, it was just like that. This dude's so special that I think it's pretty rare that your little brother's friend becomes your best friend also. Pretty much talked to this dude probably more than my wife. I think we exchanged probably 1,200 text messages a day. That's what I would set. That's what I would set the over under on. Starting like Bryn said, 5:30 in the morning. Well, it sucks that Dennis told you everything about Zach and Bryn told you everything about Zach because we pretty much all grew up at the same time, and they've told you everything about him already. So there's not much for me to say other than I love you, and I love you, and me and Zach are like so similar. It's kind of freaky. That's why I always considered him my brother. People always thought I was his older brother, just because at the same time I used to have the same chin beard as him and chin strap beard. Everything's like, oh, that's my younger brother. But we're so similar that we need women to kind of keep us in line. And that's what my wife does, and I know that's what you do for Zach and gluten-free gang.
All right. Good evening. It's been a beautiful night, beautiful evening, beautiful afternoon. I'm gonna cry. Such a sucker. But let's start with a time in my life where I had to make some changes, and my sister, with open arms, let me into her home. And during that time, I felt like it was a very monumental time for us. And we were able to make her bond stronger. And of course, we already had a strong connection. And I feel that it was one of those where when Malia came on board and I was able to, help with, Malia and anywho, but going back to the story, it was around the time actually when she met Zach, and it was kind of interesting because, obviously I was there 24/7. So whenever he was there, I was able to go and hang out with him. And the one thing that I actually really loved was he was a huge foodie. So me being a foodie, it was great to have those kind of conversations. And if I ever needed a recommendation in North Park, I knew exactly who to go to. And, Hammond's, get the ice cream trips, love it. But anyways, it was, I think it was great to be actually part of that time when they were able to meet and witness something really special happening. And so, just seeing it flourish into something really amazing. And I knew something was definitely different. And it was something that I knew that I was gaining another brother. And so it was nice because I genuinely do enjoy spending time with Zach. And it's great because we have our families together all the time whenever we can. And I mean, boxing match fight nights and everything. It's good times. But it's just one of those things that I just am kind of not. It's pretty surreal right now standing here and seeing that they are now husband and wife, and it's something that I knew was going to happen, and so excited that it's now official. She's now a Mrs. Montgomery. Yes, let's go around our I know she's going to go and wear that loud and proud. So, but one of the things that my sister's always been was, even though I'm the older sister, she's always been a great role model for me. I mean, she's had to, go through some trials and errors like all of us, and I'm just glad that I was always there to also be part of it with her, and I feel that we've grown so much together. I mean, obviously I've known her since she was born, so that's gonna happen, but I'm just trying to speak from the heart, and I am really happy that I can share my feelings with you all, and just wish so much happiness for you too. I love you, Jen and Zach, and I just want to do one thing, and that is me and my sister, we tend to have this one, no, not that one, but there's this game that you play called Heads Up, and I'm going to try to have my sister just read this real quick.
Who's the best little sister in the world?
I know, super corny, but I'm going to leave it at that. But one more thing is it's not what you have, it's who you have in your life. And I'm so happy that you two have each other. And I wish you so much happiness, and I love you so much.
All right, let's hear it for Janice.
Zach, how dare you? You know me so well, you know I don't want to speak in front of anyone. How dare you have me up here? But for one day, your special moment, you got me this time. First off, I just want to thank Jenny. I want to thank Zach. I've met so many amazing people through both of you. You guys are both amazing judges of character. So I feel privileged to be here. And everyone I've met through you has been amazing, talented. So much love, so much love in this room, I don't know what to say, I'm nervous. But man, the main thing I can say about Zach is loyalty. You know what I mean? Like, it's the biggest thing in the world. Zach is the most loyal person I know. I can't say it enough, period. We've defended each other ever since we've met each other, whether it be physical, whether it be any kind of confrontation. We've defended each other ever since we've met each other, and it's just big. It's big. Life is real short, and if we had to come up with our starting lineup of who we would want to go into the final days with, Zach would be right there. My point guard. So. I met him playing basketball. I met him. He's a real weirdo, and I realized I was one too. That was my first thought when I met that guy, and we just been rocking ever since. I had a bunch of things on my mind as I was sitting down. You know what I mean? But the main thing is just how much I love you, how much I love your family, how much you guys have welcomed me, welcomed my daughter, showed my family love. It just means everything, you know what I mean? You've acted as my conscience, you know what I mean? Sometimes when I'm in a situation, I would think of what would Zach say, what would he do? The realest thing about friends, you got friends that you talk to every single day. You got people that you can just pick up right where you left off. And me and Zach don't have to talk every day. We don't have to see each other. But whenever we do speak, it's right where we left off. It's always that comfort level. I can tell him anything. I don't feel like, he'll judge me. Zach would be like, you know what I mean, I got the shovel, you got the plastic bags. I'm joking. That's my guy. I've always made sure, Mr. Montgomery, I made sure he got on that bus. You know, when the sun started to set in Lincoln Park, I made sure he would get on that bus and start to head home. We screwed up. You know, we were kids, but we screwed up. We made sure we got up out of it. And I love you both. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know what I mean? Especially you, Jen, for accepting my daughter in your life and always just looking out. You know what I mean? Like, even just someone genuinely being concerned about your well-being, it means a lot. You know what I mean? And Zach, choosing you, I already knew what kind of person you were off the top. So, thank you. All right.
Give it up for Jason. Ladies and gents, give it up for these two right here, Zach and Jenny Montgomery. With that said, I'm gonna open up this dance floor. Let's have some fun tonight. Make sure you grab a drink. Make sure you say hello and we love you to these two. Let's rock.
See us in the club, just show a little love, represent your side. I ain't things right here. If you stick, you can tell how I'm brush out and cover them down. Over there in the rear of the club, pulled up on dubs, and we about to go and buy the bar up. So we ain't playing, hang with no lane.